Do that. Let me update the title. And if I'm not mistaken, we're in a GK. Wait, is it Geekay or GK? I feel like I've heard people saying Geekay, even though my instinct tells me to say GK. But it's Geekay. Is it like a G or a G sound? I guess that's really hard for you guys to type. Option 1, G. Option 2, G. 1 or 2, guys. One, Geekay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll learn how to speak. All right, yeah. Let me grab this bloody drink then, and we can lock in for this last game. Brits probably say 2. Yeah, I mean that's where my instinct was. Oh. Easier than learning Alcancia. Yeah. I mean, the problem with Alcancia I had is I thought, oh, this is a bit of a weird team name to say. How do I say this one? But I thought, I'll ask my old friend Landon. He's on the team. So I asked Landon, how do you say Alcancia, mate? He goes, I have no idea. Fuck's sake, Landon, help me out here, mate. Give me a clue. You must have heard someone say it at some point. You've signed the bloody contract. But no help. No help, unfortunately. But I think I've got Alcancia. All right, let me grab this drink before I forget, and then I'll be right back, and we can lock in for this last one. Ugh. Back in time, roster's up. Oh. Case of I just work here? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I guess I can get off Discord now. Geekay. Geekay. Say Geekay. It's a bit harder. I need a more malleable mouth for this one. Alright. Last game of the day. Let me get some predictions up for this one. See who will win map 1. Geekay. Or Sakura. I've got one more series in me. Ilios is the pick. I didn't see the bands actually. I was typing the Preds. Let's see. Oh, we're just bloody into it, aren't we? They waste no time here. Genji ban initially from Geekay. Gonna be a Sombra coming out from Big Willy Wamone. Brig ban in response. Potentially enabling the Diva, but actually starting Hazard here instead. Kufra is on the ball, rolling around, rolling mostly into walls more than anything meaningful. Maybe a few bevs before this series, not taking it that seriously. Clear though with the wall snipe. Outrageous kill from Clear. And Sakura, they're not going to be pushed over on this one. Opening pick as they start to anchor point. They can get that cap going in their direction now. Trying to hunt down these spread out Geekay players. Admiral and UV trying to stabilize underneath on the lighthouse side here near coast. Kufa can keep the point contested, deny the flip, but he is trying to hit the slam, but he dies for that one. Committed in. 2 players down now. Lethal will be back soon, but UV's had his Suzu force. They have to get out of a point right now. I'll close for Preds out of respect. That's out of respect. Alright, who people got? I imagine a lot of people have Geekay players here. I think Ramon was pretty relatively well priced. Lethal as well, probably a relatively popular pick. I think Kufa was on the expensive side. I think quite a few people have Clear and Z in this one as well. And Cinnabon were both off the map. A disaster. How on earth is this happening? Disaster fight after disaster fight. Kufa has got a kill onto Clear through all of it, but it's not going to be enough to take the point back here. Can keep this one recontested quite easily on well from the opposite side of point. Now coming back in, Kufa's going to roll through onto the back line. Not a lot to really stop Kufa in a lot of these situations. Peace is going to be forced back to point. Has to recall now. Kufa is on the chase. They're trying to pressure him out. Peace has to give a lot of spaces. So Peace will be out of a fight. Bowler comes in, catches Kufa. This ball, normally a very low def hero. Great for farming fantasy points, but apparently not if you're from Australia. Don't know why I'm giving Kufa so much heat, but he's getting it. Kufa has the mines coming back, and he will be back quickly, but the point capture keeps going. Admiral is on the lam right now. He is deep behind enemy lines. Wait, where's Lethal going? Off the map as well? Jesus Christ, Geekay, what's happening? They're going to stabilize now, wait for Lethal to come back. They are on life support. Can anyone from Geekay stay on the map? Butter on their shoes, it seems. Chasing the cloaked up Sombra, just find him. Oh no, not again, Ramon. How does it happen twice? By a wall this time, nonetheless. Unbelievable. Oh my god, Sakura are in pole position. Downpour to chase that one down. Lethal is locked up. Clear claims that one. And oh, it is desperation. Geekay, they have 5 ultimates just about, but will they get a chance to use them? They need the touch, 5%. Who's in position? Kufa trying to roll through. They should be good for it. Kufa can get on the point now. Mine spread out pretty evenly across the point. Clear's going to clear a couple of them so he can anchor that point. Kitsune Rush to hold it. Trade comes through from UV, but he's been forced away from this Kitsune Rush. Another good wall from Clear. Gets damage. B comes through from Admiral. Cinnabar is going to match that one. All 10 players have this B over health. EMP as it fades. Cinnabar will die immediately afterwards. Ramon looking for a little bit more of that, but has to go back up top. All the ults have been spent from Geekay right now, but they have the kills. Thank God for Geekay fans that they found the kills. Cost them everything, but they will get the flip and win their first fight in this series. Now we're going into, well, pretty much a neutral. Sakura going to have the bowler and the pulse. But they're getting harassed in spawn. Kufa won't connect to the slam, so it will be limited to 1 kill they get in spawn. They're going to hold forward now, Geekay, but no room for error. Need a perfect hold now to get back into this round. Jewel up top. X10 takes a couple of bolts and has to fully DP Lethal there. She's going to get top back up and go for another one. Trying to chase this ball out behind, but Lethal is still sending these bolts from across the map. Kufa's going to boot through, trying to put him in a difficult position. Clear has taken so much damage, half HP, has to slow it down, but now X10 a more meaningful position, but it doesn't matter. Clear was never able to recover from that HP deficit. And they'll get a quick fight win. No chance for the Sakura DPS to use those ults that they had. And Admiral has now crept ahead in this beat charge. UV a little bit less behind Z as we come up to. There will be one more big ult fight before this. Kufa has to be careful. Sliver of HP escapes from that one. Wall off onto UV, who has to TP back. Lethal trying to catch some people with a bolt as they come forward. Back to point now, Geekay. Z will have a Kitsune rush before any of these support ults from Geekay, I think. So there is a window here if they can find it. Trying to challenge this Tracer on the side, but Lethal can't find any bolts. Shooting blanks right now. Will drop to the low ground, trying to find another angle. Damage going into Kufa. Z is hacked up really low, 1 bar of HP, but they're able to survive. Now next Kitsune Rush is available. They can drop it right now if they want. Start forcing this objective. Getting aggressive. Bowler comes out across it. Doesn't find anyone with that though. Admiral's able to survive, but kills Wamone anyway. Not getting to that EMP trade onto Cinnabar, so that beat won't be coming back up. Lethal is good for 2. Dies for it. 3v3. Downpour comes out. Anyone locked up? The answer is yes. One of them's UV. Kufa is on life support. No chance to use these mines. And Sakura, they're in pole position right now. Admiral nearly has the beat, but might have to beat himself on for the touch. Here it comes. Wamone's going to get it as well. They need to try and find a kill. Recall has been forced, but no kills just yet. Admiral has to try and play life. Runs into this Tracer. No recall. Can they confirm the kill? Amp comes through. Kitsune Rush on point from GK. Their ultimates are coming online. Geekay, I'll correct myself. Mine's an EMP coming back as well. Wamone looking for it. Eyes on the Freya. The EMP connects. The virus is perfect. Kufa comes in to follow up on the kills. They're all so low. And Geekay, they might just clutch it yet. The ults come up at perfect time. Mine's on the point. No escape. Ult bomb misses from Peace. And Geekay, they clutch it out in the end. Hell of a recovery from Geekay here on this, on well.
Score 1-0.
Take care, Mask. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Never doubted them for a second. Any unwavering support? Cinnabar needed the beat. Yeah, I mean, it was, in the end, it was the ultimates that made the difference. Admiral didn't die. Can you believe that? A deathless round from Admiral. What a player. Chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. But Admiral, he comes out squeaky clean. No damage, no deaths. Kufa's going to keep the ball here. Similar looking comps, but Lethal's going to go for a slightly greedier hit scan pick. Been a while since we've seen the Ash, but definitely one of Lethal's best heroes. We'll take this top left position, start laying down the damage. Clearal's going to have to try and close the gap there. Admiral's going to back up to his brother-in-arms, Dennis, right now, trying to keep him safe. And he's kept him safe, and Lethal's going to provide a pick for him. Takes X10 out of the sky. Admiral just playing the sweeper role here, playing protect. Meanwhile, Wamone and Kufa are going to combine for a kill onto Cinnabar. Now Lethal can walk forward. They're looking for stagger kills. Slam is going to come through. No Suzu available, so Z will fall. Hack onto Clear. Defensive wall to try and preserve his life. He's got the Mega too. More pressure coming through. And now they can set up early if they want as well. Dynamite, slams, hack timings. Lots of stuff for Sakura to navigate on this retake. They've cleared the initial high ground. Might be better coming inside. A bit easier to close the distance on the Ash from there. A bit more cover. Eyes on the ball. Clear's going to come over to the left-hand side to try and clear that one out. Wall behind Admiral. They'll all be fine, but they've got themselves back towards point now, Sakura. But now the difficult bit to try and get on this Ash at the back of the map. Lethal taking these jewels at range. Keeping X10 in check for now. Eyes on the Tracer too. Eyes on everything. Just trying to pump out what damage he can. Slam on the backline. You can see how much time Sakura is being soaked up by this ball pressure coming out from Kufa. Now, Kufa's having to reset. Damage onto Admiral, trying to follow that up with another Bolt X10, but can't quite find it yet. Admiral's going to get round the corner. They've conceded a lot of space, but Kufa can come in for the contest. Half the cap gone already. Slam onto X10, but she'll slide out on that one. And the flip actually goes through here. Kitsune Rush comes through. No ults just yet. The nature of playing with ball is normally your supports end up with less healing, but Bob onto point from Lethal is going to get absolutely shredded here by Peace and Z. Now pressure onto X10. Committed deep for that kill, but will regret that decision as she's traded out. Beat available for Cinnabar. Yuvi's going to drop a Kitsune Rush first. Beat comes out, catches all 4 remaining Sakura players. Pressure onto Admiral. They don't want to let him get this beat off. Wall comes out as well. Admiral gets away from all of it. Mines on point. Z is going to fall. Admiral not only gets out, gets to save the beat as well. The Mines will get the job done. Admiral continues his impressive display. Looking for any late kills here, but they get the flip right back. The flip just cost him a lot, though, because in reality, if they'd held on to point throughout all of that, we would have been looking at a last desperate touch for Sakura. Instead, Sakura going to have time to work with in this next one. Kufa is going to be playing Disruption again, just trying to provide opportunities, and Wamone nearly has this EMP. Slam onto the high ground, trying to force it out. Clear with the wall to try and shut him down. Downpour's a miss, actually trying to punish that. They've lost X10, because again, they're spending so much time dealing with this ball, but he's just for distraction. EMP onto the hazard only right now, but Wamone doesn't confirm the kill. Lots of damage onto Clear and limited healing. Should be able to get in this one late, and now, this is the fight. We are in desperation touch time for Sakura. No ults other than this bowler to really speak of. Pieces under a lot of pressure as well. And Kufa was having a few problems on well, but here has provided thorough and continued attention taking from Sakura on these walks up, but they find the pick onto Wamone. Piece is going to blink for the touch, triggers it. Admiral with the beat push now in return. There are players down, but Admiral is doubling in for this beat, goes all the way in, deep inside there, and Kufa has converted the kill onto X10, while Admiral doubles down in there. Piece continues to get the touch, pressure coming that way now. They're killing the players off point, though Piece is trying to pressure the Ash as well. Ash is super low, but Lethal's just de-peaked. Piece can't find the finishing blow, has to go back to point. Mine's on point now as well. Piece tries to go for one more touch, a desperate pulse bomb. It's the pulse bomb for what it's worth. But Geekay, a 2-0. A 2-0 on well. The recovery is good. Alright, should we find some points? Don't know how the points are going to settle from this one, because it was a pretty scrappy, so it might be more even than you'd expect for a 2-0. Did Admiral remain deathless for all of that as well? Yeah, 0 deaths from Admiral, 6.5 points as a result. Other big scorers, it's 5.5 for Kufa, 4 for Lethal, 2.5 for Wamone, a few deaths off the map, 3 for UV. Negatives for the most part, but Peace has actually remained positive, 1.5. -1 for Clear, not the worst considering they lost the map. But yeah, really, 6.5, I mean, especially how the main supports have been scoring. Really good for it. Cinnabar, yeah, the worst of it with that -4.5 for her. And Geekay, they take the first map. And alright, a scary well was overcome. Draft-wise for Sakura, I think we're in a pretty difficult situation. There is... Obviously, Nightmare have really... sorry, Geekay. Old habits and all that. Geekay really are a pretty draft-proof team as far as these things go. Wait, hold on. Let me just do the VOD while I'm thinking about it. Lots of different options for them, so even though they can't play every comp, they normally have a good few options on different maps. The strength maybe is if you can find a map where Clear can play D.Va, so potentially the Winston ban is the most powerful one to work with. I can't actually remember the bans there, but I don't... It was Genji ban coming out initially, right? Let me go. Where am I going? Here. Oh, I need to refresh. Alright. Yeah, Genji ban and a Brig ban. So obviously the Brig ban can enable the D.Va, but I think if you can get the Winston ban, maybe a D.Va going or something into the Hazard, that's an option for Clear. They did seem pretty happy to square up on that Hazard at least there, even though Kufa was on ball the whole time. Alright, let me... Still... Ducks. Wait, is that right? What's happened? Oh, okay, I see what's happened. Let's see, upload ducks. And then this first one was Nightmare versus... Why does my brain not work? Oh yeah, Supernova. Feels like so long ago now. Reds? Oh, good shout. Let me upload this, and then that's going up. Oh, don't buffer now. So yep, choose outcome, Geekay, secure it. And then we'll get Preds up for the next one as well. You're so shit at fantasy, they just didn't play Zero. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone expected Zero to just be the guy playing all of it. But I think a lot of people will have missed out because you spend so much on Zero as well to get a full nil point back. It's going to sting. Alright, Circuit Royale, a RAM ban from Sakura as well implies they want to play potentially a SIG version, but we have seen a decent amount of Diva in play as well on this map, really sort of from the Hangzhou Major onwards. Zen ban from Geekay implies they maybe actually want to play maybe a Juno Brig version here. Diva Juno Brig could really be on the card. Well, actually, no, not for Geekay. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, actually. Maybe it depends a little bit what Sakura match up on. Okay, seriously. Do we think that any coaches or players are actually conducting a little bit of trolling or manipulating in games like Buildux and SSG? No. Hey, Panda. Good morning, I want to say. Good morning. No, I don't think so. With SSG, the squid stuff was in talks anyway. In talks, under discussion, or the idea was being floated around. It's a legitimate call from them. It's not a fantasy play. Got inspired by Razor and went 0-3 and ranked on Reaper. Perfect. Tree said on his stream, Zero felt sick and Knife would be playing. Okay, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Knife played really fine. It wasn't the toughest game for Team Liquid, of course, but Knife was pretty good. Give or take a couple of environmentals on well. But as we saw from Wamone, it can happen to many a Sombra, can't it? It can happen to anyone. Just had brekkie? Nice. Yeah, I'm still kind of hungry, but it's like 20 to midnight, so ordering food would be. It's just a non-starter. I should suck it up, treat myself tomorrow for a hard weekend to work. A weekend back on the job. All right, and let's see what we're working with. It is going to be Geekay starting on the defense, and they have gone for Juno Brig, as we expected. But they're going to go Orisa, Genji, Freya. But Sakura, they get to pick their comp coming out of spawn. Clear is going to play Zarya here now as well, alongside Pieces Genji, which can no longer be banned in this series. Pressure coming through, a difficult matchup for the Orisa here. If there was a Mei or something for Ramon, we can make this Zarya's life a lot harder. But instead, Zarya's just going to push everyone back. They can keep going for these bubble timings with Peace, get a bit of energy, and, well, get a bit of energy, get a lot of energy. Clear is fully charged already, and now we'll be bullying everyone back here. Difficult situation for Geekay in this neutral, especially. Obviously, with all this damage, UV is actually hooning towards that Ray. But a loss of lethal early is going to be a big problem. Kufa tries to double down aggressively. Bubble in there. One defensive bubble comes through as well. Helps out the Brig. They are doubling down for this kill, but the defensive bubble is perfect from Clear. Doesn't use any of those bubbles for himself. Sends them both out. Peace is going to kill the backline. X10 is going to take care of the players aggressing. Classic Zarya. Great bubbles from Clear. Perfectly played. Look how close Clear is to this grab. Eyes on Kufa now. What is the swap? Doomfist probably just to get back faster from spawn. Winston will be the one walking out of spawn with this one, but that is capped. 5 minutes on the point per second. There's space to work with as well. X10 wants to clear this left-hand side. Found this Winston defensive bubble from Kufa. So much bloody damage on this Winston. Kufa has to back jump, play his life. He's on the run. But now space for X10 for her to take over. Leaning forward. Wants to maybe swap over to right-hand side. Kufa's going to engage coming in. Here's Ramon. Ray push coming through. Z has been deleted. No support ult. That's the advantage of taking 1 billion damage on the first point. Ramon with all the cleanup kills. Looking good for him. And the Winston seems a reasonable swap. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Clear swap off of this Zarya. But obviously the grab is too high value and ultimate to give up. So will be a post-grab swap on the cards for Clear. Sakura do nearly have all 5 ultimates available as well. A significant advantage. Geekay don't have a nade, they don't have an Ana, nothing to really get some fights out for free. Gonna need to rely a lot on the rally here. Clear walking up, looking for this grab opportunity. He really wants backline, has no energy just yet. The bubble comes off, grab onto the Juno. Great grab from Clear. Admiral's going to rally anyway. They get the trade onto Z as the Ray comes out. Did the Ray even come out? I'm not sure. Looks like it is going forward, actually. And they're going to trade out as a result of this rally, actually. And how on earth? The rally for Ray is not enough for Sakura to survive. It's a 4-ult fight. Piece drop for Blade. It's an absolute travesty, actually, for the economy, for the point. How on earth have Geekay found these trades? Great bash from Admiral, connects on Z as that Ray is coming out. And really, you have to say that that's the timing, right? Rally doesn't beat Ray if they just meet head-to-head, but if you can find that bash onto the Juno around the cast time, there's a great chance, especially with the damage from Freya, to get a one-shot or something, turn it into a scrappy trade. Clear is made for Mauga swap now, but no interest in tanking into the Mauga. Kufa's going to jump the backline, has that primal available as well, doesn't want to use it here. We'll try to save it for the next one. Moving round the corner, trying to get that payload over closer. Kufa again coming in. Primal is available. We'll have to pop it this time. It's going to get stunned up a little bit as the counter stop comes through. Kufa's going to be cleared a little bit right now, but it's making space for Lethal. Lethal was uncontested, setting these bolts in. Kufa is just for bait. He's not trying to get kills. He's just trying to force someone into Lethal's line of sight. Eyes on the back line right now, but Kufa's half HP. Lethal's got his back with this one as well. Pushing up a piece. The dash through. 2 for 1 for Peace. It's traded out though, so Geekay will be okay in the end. They can reset. They can stabilize. They can get their spawns. Will Kufa swap back to Orisa now? There's a potential chance for it, but no, maybe staying for Winston. Geekay do have both support ults for this next fight. Sakura are a little bit further behind on both of them. The pulse bomb is no good from Ramon. Blocks out from, well, this from Cinnabar as, I'm going to need a few more boosts for this co-stream. Come on, co-stream, just one more series for the weekend. You can be good for it, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. There we go. UV has this Ray ready to go already. Clear has the cage, but double support ult can make that very tricky. Now the Ray comes forward. Torpedo swing. Counter rally comes through from Cinnabar. Z needs a few more percent to get this. Admiral has dropped the rally as well. God, it's so deep though. Admiral's going to die for this one. They've traded it out, so Cinnabar can't get the rally, but Z has this Ray advantage. Trades coming all the way. Not enough healing. The cage onto UV. No escape. They want the kills right here, right now. They want to snowball it in, and I think it will be enough. Admiral's trying to get out a little bit quicker. Ramon can get the initial touch as Admiral's going to come back on. Ana actually looking for a bit of a clutch here. They're going to try and get the touch, but it's going to be so hard for Kufa to anchor point. Damage onto Clear buys valuable time, but here is the Ray, here is the Blade. What can Kufa do against this? Absolutely nothing. Cutting through them all. The snowball continues for Sakura, pushing them all the way back. And 3 minutes now for third point. Kufa still on the Winston, getting close to that primal. Did think at a certain point here we would be seeing a trade, a swap from Kufa, but it's actually the backline, so Geekay going a different direction. I thought they could go back onto the Orisa, but maybe we would have been the same sort of counter-tank swap situation where Clear will just go back to the Zarya and repeat first point, and we saw all the problems that Geekay had there, obviously. Instead, we're going to see an Anakiri swap coming out. More chances to punish this. We see the nade go onto the Mauga right now, and with that nade, it certainly means they can just keep Clear on the back foot, make him forcing point a lot more difficult. And wow, that goes on. Clear has been forced backwards. Bowler connects just afterwards, and Lethal will push them all out. Couple of kills here as well. More pressure onto this Mauga, forces them all the way back. Ramon's actually even looking for a little bit more if he can, but nothing doing. Kufa has the primal for this next fight as they come through, and I imagine a similar situation to second where Kufa wants to take the engage, soak up a bit of pressure, provide opportunities for Lethal. Nano's not going to be far behind it, and Clear has now made the Diva swap as well, so a bit more of a nicer matchup. Clear can contest this backline in more meaningful ways. Remember, pulse bomb missed from Ramon. Remember, no Brig for Admiral in this one, so Clear will have a lot of freedom to get a lot of kills here. Could be quite a backline trade heavy one. UV trying to focus it down, but full shield up from Cinnabar will keep themselves safe. Rally is going to be available very soon. Sakura deliberating their next approach. Kufa's on the left-hand side here. Wants to try and focus out one out. They body block Kufa in. Rally comes through as well. Kira's going to eat the bowler as it comes in to help Kufa out. It's a nano primal in this room, but they've all got out of it. Sakura get out of that tiny room with a nano primal and all survive. So the nano primal turn for nothing from Geekay. And opening now with Z's Ray, a chance to go forward. Admiral has the Kitsune rush, but it doesn't match up right into the Ray. So now flooding forward, a great chance here. An opening pick onto Lethal as well. Admiral wants to trade with a Kitsune Akitsune Rush. Peace has the backline a little bit zoned, but they just get deleted as Akitsune Rush comes out. But Ray is too powerful. 50 seconds left on the clock, and Sakura are pushing for the full cap. They know someone's behind here. Wamona's hiding behind a pillar. Has managed to preserve his position behind Nico for this dive. Lethal's actually going to go on the Sombra as well. Try and take this Freya out. We are very much deep into the defender's territory. Wamona's going to have that recall force. Doesn't have to give up the position though. Can keep harassing backline. Pressure onto the Freya. Pulse bomb now available. More pressure onto X10 here. The Sombra is behind as well. So much pressure onto X10, but X10 nails the shot. Lethal goes down. Wamone has to recall. We need a pulse bomb here. Pulse bomb. Oh no, Willie, not like this. Cinnabar going forward to help this blade go through. Defensive nade from UV. UV walks away. Admiral not so fortunate. UV walks back into it. No backline now available for Geekay. Finishing off the remaining kills. Clear and Peace with the cleanup. Kufa can get one more touch, but we are in desperation turns. Admiral can TP on and Suzu very soon because we're desperate for it, but dies before the Suzu. Admiral dies shortly afterwards. We're into overtime. One trade from UV, but the cap goes through. Full cap for Sakura on Circuit Royale. Longlegs with a question. Is Quick actually good, or did TU just throw? Both. I think Quick are pretty legit. I don't think we're talking like, you know, qualify for Esports World Cup legit, but but I think, yeah, like mid-table, like really possible they're better than Pep. So that's going to be a super interesting game, that one. But TU did have plenty. They beefed a couple of maps. Like the Hollywood was a disaster. They should have won Varuna Sapli, which was map 5. So yeah, like Quick. I don't want to. I don't think all the hate should go on TU, even though there were mistakes. Some respect should still be put on Quick's name. All right. Will Pulse be almost as confusing as the YouTube uploads? Yeah, I had a bit of a mare uploading, so hopefully you can make sense of it. If not, I can sort it out afterwards. I renamed one of them wrong. Oh, I named one of them wrong. Which is, so I just uploaded like new versions of stuff, so that's probably why it's confusing. Do we think Willie's legit? Are we talking Will S, as in the tank for Quick Esports? I think he is legit. If we're talking Big Willie Wamone, I also think he's legit. Legit Willies across the regions. Gonna be an Orisa start here for Sakura. And Geekay, I imagine they played a decent amount of Orisa in scrims, so I think they're going to be more than happy to take this mirror, and it's going to be a full-on mirror supports, DPS, and tanks. Again, Sakura opting into just holding the far back corner here, which means it's going to be very limited number of fights. Most of the time, we only see teams actually get one fight on the defense here. Aggressive swing round the corner from Geekay. Pressure on to clear that angle. Lethal finds the pick on the Sojin here. Interesting choice instead of a Freya. More survivability, but people have been using the Freya so much. Maybe worried about a potential Sombra pick, or maybe Lethal's just feeling it. They run over clear after getting that opening pick, and now they want all the stagger kills. Peace fighting for their life. Will be able to live, but again, with how much card progress they give up initially, you lose a neutral, you lose first point. We've seen so many teams doing this, and I'm just not buying it. Thank you, Tef, for the tier 1 as well. Did I say that already? Might be losing my grip on reality, but it's okay, because there's still Overwatch to watch. That I can still understand. Yeah, I really don't get behind giving up all the space on this first corner. Feels like loads of teams are doing it now, but it's just like one fight and done. Really don't like it. Really don't like it. Anyway, Z has the Ray advantage ready to go. UV needs an extra 15%. We'll have to try and buy a bit of time. It's Geekay who are trying to on the offense though, so attacker's advantage and all that. They can choose when to fight. Lethal will get picked, so they won't need any of these ults. Geekay will take a reset, wait to pick up UV from spawn, and then we'll get a hell of an ult trade coming in. It's going to be double support ult. It's going to be Terror Surge. It's going to be Blades, Overclock, and Bowler in all of this as well. Might be worth noting that actually the rally is a little bit slow for Cinnabar. Could come back to bite them. Wamone trying to put pressure onto the Freya right now, baiting it out, looking for a torpedo swing. Sets up Wamone for that dash. Beautiful with that. Peace is going to try and turn with the Ray Blade combo of their own. All over Lethal, but can't find the final slash. Lethal gets away. Lethal hits the shot. Peace, normally silky smooth on the Genji with the blades, but can't find the connect this time. They do eventually get that Lethal kill, but the damage has been well and truly done from that opening wave of pedos from UV. 4 minutes on the clock as Geekay look to set up for their snowball. And they've got plenty of combos still to throw at. And it's Terra Surge, Rally, Blade. Looking good for it. Plenty of ults back for Sakura as well. They can do a Terra Surge Bowler combo. They also can use the Rally and all of that as well. The Rally, though, might be worth going for the Terra Surge Bowler combo, but it's actually Admiral to start with for Rally. Terra Surge rallying back. The Cinnabar cakes for Bash. Now the Terra Surge Blade combo comes out. Wimone looking for the finish. Slashes onto the Juno. Cleans that one up. Now Eyes on Peace. Gets one slash. Both Genjis are low here. Wimone's just going to back out of it. Rely on the team. X10 is on point. Finds a single kill. It's all she'll get, though. And Geekay will cap second point. Plenty of time for third point as well. Remember, it is escort, so Sakura will get a second chance no matter what here. Worth noting, Lethal's made their way onto the cast. We saw a few Korean teams, particularly Falcons, leaning into this. Can be quite effective, I think, especially in an Orisa mirror. Nice chunky head to shoot Orisa. So lots of value in the neutral. Dash comes through from Peace as they try and reclaim some space on the left here. UV has rate advantage, but Sakura are keen to get a couple of fights out of this third point. Fortifies have, well, Fortify's been forced out of Kufa. Fortify advantage for clear, so they can keep pushing forward right now. More pressure onto Kufa, who has to disengage. They have the Ray to turn, but it's X10 who falls. Now the Ray comes through from UV, trying to force this one through. They need more kills. They've invested their Ray here. Where are the kills? There we go. Clear tries to go forward. Good trade from Peace. Can he find a second? Nope. Kufa back here playing bodyguard. They'll clean up on point, keep walking forward. Just under 4 minutes on the bank still. But at least now Sakura are going to have a much more favourable ult advantage for this next fight. Lethal can have the high noon to start forcing point, but a chance for Sakura. A Ray Blade if they want. They can just overwhelm this high noon. Geekay going to drop the high noon. Actually, invest it early in their Lethal. I don't know if he saw a kill opportunity or something, but invest it early. The cart's going to keep pushing forward for a little bit. They can drop and contest that. Wimone nearly has the Blade, but they have no control of this high ground. They're a bit of an old disadvantage, and it might just be a disengage opportunity for Geekay. They don't got too many other options. Clear can just keep the point anchored forever, and actually Sakura not falling for the bait. They're just going to play the slow fight. X10 with a pick in the neutral. This is going to be time off the clock for 3. Admiral's going to have to back out on that high ground. The rest of Geekay backing out main. Admiral separated from the rest of his team for now. Oh, they know. Yeah, Peace knows as well. They're calling it. Admiral's trying to come out top. They're going to try and turn with Blade here. Wimone all over Cinnabar. Boot back. Terra Surge to pull it back, but Wimone gets out. Kills Cinnabar. Trying to turn back into this one. Not now. The Terra Surge comes through in slow motion. Not now, internet. It's a hell of a fight about to come down. There's still going to be a Ray Blade available for Sakura. A powerful combo to get him out of dodge without their brig here. We need the boost. We need the boost. Rally is going to be up from Admiral shortly after this. Oh, has the dust settled? Should I just go back? Should we just watch it again out of respect? Alright, Terra Surge comes through. Wimone does well to get out of this one. Slice onto Peace as well. Avoids the Terra Surge damage, but speared back in, and Wimone's going to get traded. Great spear from Clear to clean that one up. Now coming forward. Admiral has the Rally to keep going. Bash coming forward. Oh. I'm sorry, chat. I'll just give it a little bit. I'll give it a little bit. But this is such an important fight. Loads of ults in, so I don't want to skip over it. We're a few more boosts short. Alright, let's try now. Alright, Rally going to come in from Admiral. We know that bit. But what happens next? They're backing it up. Rain exchange from Z coming back. Peace with a Blade over top. Admiral needs to try and save for Bash, but Terra Surge disrupts his Blade a little bit. Peace has to slow it down. Now comes back in. Admiral actually had to kite in there to get away from the Blade, but actually just sets up X10 for the kill instead. Sets up X10 for all the kills. 3 final blows right there. Guaranteed ult boost passive trigger. And that's going to be 74% of the bowler ready for the next one. Cinnabar has got up to that Rally as well. So a chance for maybe some kind of Bash bowler in the next one as UV tries to cast for Ray. Geekay have lost half of their 4-minute time bank already. Thank you for the boosts, everyone. Thank you for the boots as well, Arthur. I'll use them for my fee. High noon for Lethal to try and clear some space for Cancel actually comes through from Clear. The fadeaway Cancel. But they want to keep going with Ray right now. Cinnabar will drop the Rally. Bowler coming in, looking for the Bash bowler. Don't think they find anything all that meaningful. Sakura are pretty low at the tail end of this Ray. Clear drops for Fortify. Desperate to live. Full pocket coming in. Cinnabar. Rally has expired. Has to play their life as well. More damage coming on to Clear. He tries to back up to the next corner. He's holding on for dear life right now. But Wimone finds the crucial kill onto the backline. They're on life support right now. Only Brig healing to work with. They will fall over. And it will be Geekay. Also full cap in here. Desperation Terra Surge. Yeah, but it's a Terra Jax from Clear. time advantage for Geekay, but Sakura really equalized that. In terms of, remember, it was a 4-minute time bank as we started third point, so dwindling that down to a 1.5-minute advantage, give or take, 1:29 seconds. Actually, pretty theory. Pretty good. But yeah, I'll open up my task manager. Is it possible? I don't know, let me see. I don't figure it would be. Let's have a look though. Because when it was happening earlier, it wasn't happening underside as well, which implies it's not the clean feed, which implies it's something my end. But I would have thought my stream to you, like what you're watching now on Twitch and YouTube, would also suffer if my internet was struggling, which doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, good shout. I'll keep the task manager open for next time, and we'll see if anything comes, because it seems to be pretty erratic in terms of when it happens. Pretty even stats. Yeah. Yeah, like right now when we're just in a sort of, in this version of things, everything's is like CPU at about 40%, GPU at about 40%, RAM at 49%. All seems pretty reasonable.
3, 2, 1.
But yeah, I'll keep my eye on it next time we run into a problem. Alright, Widow out of spawn from X10. Freya to shoot at body shot only, though. Lethal will get away with that one. Orisa on the defense means Clearer's going to start Vazari again, and they had huge problems with this last time, Geekay. Actually, a bit of a gamble here to start on the Orisa, but Farah will help though, and actually, because everyone's fully scaled because we're in overtime, it's the shield perk from Kufa, so Kufa thinks the shield will help out. Obviously, the beam can go through spin, but it can't go through shield. Trying to clear Kufa out now. Full energy for clear already, but Farah spam obviously will charge for Zarya, even though it'll be difficult for Zarya to walk into all of his damage. But now, full energy pushing back, space for X10, finds that pick, and look at the bloody damage. Clear is turbocharged, and they're going to get all the kills here. No escape for UV. And a clean first fight. We're already going to go into overtime because Sakura only had a minute to work with. Kufa is going to make the Winston swap, Admiral onto the Ana. Means they're going to be behind on ult charge as we come into this next fight, but it's really only X10 because she's playing Freya, who's going to be anywhere close to their ultimate. An early bowler could go a long way. Kufa's going to do a staging jump onto the left. Clear is just going to keep forcing the objective. Sooner or later, someone's going to have to commit to that, but Kufa wants to go for backline, more high-value targets. He manages to force East backwards now. Damage coming in Clear's direction, but not all that much. The nade splashes Cinnabar, but no follow-up there. Kufa is now taking a lot of heat. Doesn't quite have the bubble yet. Bubble in one more second. X10 is going to deepen her angle, looking for more. Bowler nearly available. Clear has killed Kufa on point. Who's going to anchor point now? Going to be so vulnerable. Oh my god, for barrage for all mode and instant 2k. The trades come through. They get the cap over the line. Peace and X10, the only ones remaining. Admiral was taking the duel, 1 HP. In it comes. Lethal gets it. It's a 1v1 on point. Blade from Peace, but he has to get the kill and come back. No! It's a Blade 9. Peace tried to min-max it. Needed the kill, but it's a C9.
Switching sides.
Oh my god. He dashed above the point for the kill. He nearly did it. You saw the vision, just a little go quick for kill, get the kill and get back quick. Fuck. Oh, and who knows what happens from there, right? Like, a load of ults were thrown in. It became so chaotic with the barrage, the bowler, everything went out. 3 or 4 people. We're going to get the replay. Oh, yeah, he's just too high. Oh, fuck. Does he... Does he have time if he doesn't miss it? Does he need to... Yeah, he does have to... He has time. He has time if he doesn't miss it. Oh... Alright, and now all of a sudden, it's not... it's still a good push for Circuit Royale, right? Choices now for Sakura in terms of how many fights they get out of that. Do they hold the close corner, or do they go for one good fight? 2.5 minutes. It's a larger time bank, but it's not that big. They're just going to take the Orisa mirror as well, and it looks like Sakura, they just want to play in this good corner. Means it's probably just only going to be 2 fights, if even that. Remember, the payload barely moved after cap, right? So it might just... Is it just going to be one and done? Treacherous situation for Sakura as the payload is going to roll up to the corner. Kufa goes for this early swing. Pressure onto X10 again, looking for that trade. Ramon can't find anything. Kufa getting body blocked in a little bit. Has lost his HP trade. Needs to get out. Good shield from Admiral. Pockets his tank out of that situation. Back in the neutral. Javelin comes through. Catches a couple. Now it comes through. Kufa walking forward, looking for that spin. Damage on the whip shot kill onto Ramon, though. They're still going to push forward. They're still going to try and win the fight. Lethal's going to have a rail very soon, but spin forward from Clear just to zone them all backwards. X10 looking for a late kill. Nearly has that bowler ready as well. Minute 25 seconds left on the clock. Geekay still have time. And again, they've taken more damage. Probably because they're playing into the Freya. Which means a slightly quicker Ray for UV, but do they have time to actually use it here? I'm not sure. They want to. They're going to use the Ray. UV thinks he's got it faster. Torpedo swing. Catches everyone. Clear gets one shot before Terror Surge for faster Ray makes all the difference. Z is going to Ray back now. XN goes for the bowler. Finds a kill, actually. Not out of it yet. Sakura still pushing forward, but tank advantage for Terror Surge. It's huge from Kufa. Converts the kill. The backline will die to this. Ramon with the follow-up. The quicker Ray from UV proves to be the difference maker. Peace goes for it, but Admiral's got the rally to deal with that blade, and Geekay, they will win the second map, but boy were they made to work for that one. Wait 30 seconds. He's gonna go for Terror Surge. Wait, he's gonna go, he's gonna die. 2% quicker. Yeah. It's probably the Freya, right? I know that, like, with small margins here, but the Freya just does that bit more damage in the neutral compared to the Sojin, that bit more poke. And to be fair, also credit to Geekay, because that's such a heads-up play, right? Heads-up play to realise he's got that slightly quicker Ray. They push on it, like, on the dime. And then they get it because Clear was so close to Terror Surge as well. If Clear gets that Terror Surge and he can disrupt the Ray a little bit, then Z gets their Ray off, and that whole fight could look really different. And again, yeah, go back to their attack. It's a good point. If Peace lands his dash and continues it, they got the forward spawns right because they capped there. So they would be able to get a full another 5v5, and their attack could look a whole lot different as well. So small margins tight, but it is a two map lead for Geekay. All right, so how do you think points settle for that? Because that was tight, right? Where am I going? I'm going here. Generate the report. All right. Is everyone positive? 10 players positive. Has this happened? I don't know if are you still around? Yeah, Toby's still up, isn't he? Has this happened before? Every player gone positive in a map? Because it feels like there's a lot of negatives right now with all the trading that goes on. In terms of individual scores, Clear has got 5, Peace 5.5, 4.5 for X10, 0.5 for Cinnabar, Z with a 4.5, Kufa also with a 4.5, Lethal 2.5. The big winner is Ramon, who got 10 points. It has happened before? Okay. Admiral with a single point. UV does quite well to get 8 as well. It's for barn burners? Yeah. Alright, so what that does to the total scores is it means Kufa's up to 10, Ramon on 12.5, UV on 11. Lethal Admiral, decent scores as well. Peace actually at 7, which is really not too shabby considering they've lost both maps. Yeah, I think a lot of people have Ramon as well, right? Alright, locking in. Where are we going? King's Row next map. For everyone who's predding. Wait, 6th overall, Arthur? Top 6? When do you get the transfers back? Next week. Think we're going to look at price changes. I've not talked about it with Toby fully, so maybe he'll confirm. But I think it's going to be locked. We'll sort some prices and then some point Monday. Yeah, sounds good to me, Toby. All the stuff will be announced in terms of everyone who's gone up, anyone who's gone down, anything like that. Can't change prices before transfers open. Why not? So yeah, so it goes both ways, right? So if you bought a player for, let's say, 20, and then that player's price is raised to 22, and then you sell that player because you want to trade them out, you get the extra money. So it's possible everyone starts with that budget of 100, but you could end with a budget of like 105, 110, depending on how you do it. In FBL, you can see who's going to go up and down, so you just copy them. Yeah, but I don't think that's an intended part of FBL. Because it's not part of the actual FPL website, right? It's part of all these like add-on programs or paid services, if I'm not mistaken. Do you lose budget if you play loses value? Yeah, Wilder. Yeah. I don't know how many people will move down though. I don't know. We'll figure it out on Monday. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I said, I've not discussed it with Toby, so I can't tell you too much just because I actually don't know what the answer is. But I think the price changes. My approach, I think I want to be quite minimal with them. I don't think we're going to do loads of shifts and stuff like that. I think the main thing we want to interfere with is maybe just like players who feel like they might be undervalued, or players who are maybe we're expecting to get more playtime than we initially thought. Those are probably going to be the main changes. I don't think we're going to do anything too dramatic, so... Ugh, yeah. Anyway, it's King's Road time. Let's talk about the bans quickly. It's an Ana ban coming out from Sakura. Takes that option away from UV. We saw them want to lean into it to play some of the Winston versions here, and it is possible on King's Road. In exchange, Geekay are going to ban the Diva, taking an option away from Clear, but Clear is going to be more than happy to Hazard. Probably anticipating the Hazard. Geekay are actually going to start on the Orisa on this King's Road first point. Lethal was playing the Ashe, the same thing we saw on the Ilios and the Sombra. Wamone gets this early hack onto Z. Z trying to skirt around, but Wamone's got the angle. The peel comes back, but Cinnabar's also 1 HP. 2 easy ones for Wamone in all of that. We'll be getting the mini pieces on the chase, but cannot catch Wamone. Looking for the hack as well, but will cloak backwards, and where was Clear? That's not your spawn. That's not where you live, Clear. We'll get taken down late, and a minute off the clock already for Geekay Esports. No ult to speak of, so it'll be a full another neutral again. Pete's going to try and clear out on his Sombra once more. We'll be able to, a bit of space for Sakura to come through the choke now. Trying to get a bit of an angle. The spear is good onto Peace. Forces his deflect out. And Lethal's just good for another pick. Dominating this high ground right now. Tink isn't quite finished off onto Peace. Lethal's going to go for a deeper angle. Dynamite in over the top as well. And Kufa is full on body kept clear. Will not let him pass. Another quick fight. Another successful neutral for Geekay. And Lethal was very close to this Bob. Worst part for Sakura, sometimes when this happens, you end up with your support ults a little bit quicker, but it's actually Geekay who just have all of their ultimates faster. Sakura stuck at this first choke again. Very much going to have a harder time. They're going to probably just have to disengage this Bob, honestly. They don't quite have any tools yet. If they can play a slower fight and get their own range and stuff, they might be okay. Another spear from Kufa. Will not stop throwing them at Peace. Peace has eaten all of them so far. Lethal again going for this aggressive rotation top left. Avoids for Bolt. Happy to take the duel. And the Ashe matchup into the Freya actually seems really quite reasonable. XN trying to be quite evasive with her peaks, put Lethal under pressure, but Lethal just shoots somebody else instead. Z goes down, no chance for that raid, just as Sakura will get into their turn to use ultimates. They get taken away. Now wants to push for more Lethal all the way up to spawn. And now we're going to have an absolute throwdown of a fight. 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock. 10 ults will be in play. Sakura needs to nail this one or time will be very limited afterwards. You see Ramon cloaked up left-hand side of our screen is going to recloak in the corridor as they give a bit of space for Sakura. Now the EMP comes through. The rate is still going. Z down to half HP. Will live. Admiral's Beat comes through just to catch Yuffie. Blade. Terror Surge now coming through from Peace. Pressure onto Yuffie. Yuffie's slipping away. Can't get away. Yuffie sends for Ray out. I think it did go. Peace goes for more. Admiral goes for beating all of that. But now the Bob's coming out. Lethal still wants to clutch. Sakura are going to have to slow it down for a second. Lethal's dropped down as well. The spear defense comes through. Lethal is in trouble. Lethal is not in trouble at all. Lethal has found a kill. Kufra has saved his life. Now they can keep spamming point, but drop down. They have to concede space. No, Peace wants to go in. They want more kills, but Dynamite catches all of them. They found a way to stabilize through all of this, Geekay. 35 seconds left on the clock as well. Peace is going to get kidnapped back in. No, dashes over the top of Kufra's head. Saves his own life, but Z out in the open. 2 dinks from Lethal gets the job done. 30 seconds, and Sakura, they're going to have to stabilize again. Back at this initial choke, all 10 ults were invested, so it's a full neutral, and every neutral so far in this King's Robot has gone Geekay's way. Admiral holding the left-hand side right now. They need to make a move, Sakura. They need to get somebody on point. Xen's going to cop a spear. Clear making the move now. Spin towards point to get on that little boot back. Slows him down, but will get on it with a fortified pieces there as well. But look at Kufa trying to trade. They will both get off a point now. Needs to make sure they get a touch. Piece has gone high ground. And oh, he's gone high ground. He's taken down Lethal. 1-for-1 trade only. Kufa is low HP as well. They slow it down. They concede another tick. Second tick on the board. Now Kufa's going to come contest. Back to full HP. Trying to get a position. Body blocking this brick in. Done such a good job there in the torpedo swing. Ramon from the side as well. And it's looking like a full hold. Clear gets one trade on point, doesn't have a Terror Surge. EMP just to make sure the job is done. I want to watch... Wait, hold on. We have time between the rounds. I want to watch that big ult fight again because... I mean, bloody hell, everything happened. Everything was just thrown in there. Because, yeah, it's an EMP onto the Ray, but Z manages to skirt away. The rally healing helped them. Peace is going to drop the Blade to go with the Terror Surge combo now. But UV has the Ray. Admiral's Beat goes off as well. Kufa drops the Terror Surge as well. Everything is thrown into this. Peace ends up going... I mean, UV's going to die for this, but I think in many ways... Because I think that... Like, the Ray goes off, right? Just about. UV does so well to get the Ray off, and even though dies, it actually pulls Peace's Blade away from the Terror Surge combo. And then we're able to clutch out from there. So yeah, I think it's actually Yuvi who saves the day a little bit there. Alright, little kill feed update. Ramon has 0 deaths in that full hold. Oh, let me go straight into the action. That's nice, isn't it? Little action replay, and it's going to be Orisa versus Orisa here. Geekay, they need 79% to just over a couple of ticks, and Lethal is going to play Hanzo. King's Row is a classic Hanzo point. Well, at least the first part is. Sonic onto the corner, scared of a Freya a little bit. Looking for an opening pick. Bolt's going to come back. It's going to be a battle. Arrows versus Bolts. Kufa's just killed Z, so Lethal's going to find the trade, and it might just be over through the trades more than anything else. Kufa just commits in. Geekay know they have a huge advantage, and the trades will just be enough. And just no resistance in the end from Sakura, and it's going to end with a whimper. After such a hard-fought, well, such a hard-fought Circuit Royale, narrow losses on both of those. It might just end with a whimper, yeah. Peace can't even get the touch, and just like that, it's over. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, that map, not so close at all. It's a shame, because it actually felt like a pretty, especially that Circuit Royale, super close. Yeah, I can even see from predictions, right? We're at like 56-44. Damn. Alright, let's look at the final fantasy points from that. So map number 3, as you can imagine, negatives creeping in for everyone except for Peace. On the other side, though, I mean, not even that many big winners. I mean, in many ways, for fantasy, it's a full hold is really bad because there was one fight on attack, right? So there's just less fights, less eliminations, less healing. So yeah, So it's just over too quickly. So not a lot of, just a little point top up for the Geekay players. Overall scores, it's Wamonu who gets the most, 15, UV 14, Cuffer 13, 9.5 for Admiral, and 10 for Lethal. All right. All right. Yeah, 10 not too shabby. I mean, Lethal obviously played a bit less Freya, which probably helped him in some of these situations. Plus, they did just win the whole series, right? What happened in CR versus T1? Well, it ended up being a bit of a weird matchup in terms of the comps, because both teams kind of just copped it and took a Winston Kiri Lucio mirror or a Winston Bull mirror for large parts of it. Donghack was really good for it. I think the backline from T1 was actually, yeah, probably the better backline on the day as well. Really impressive. Even Zest, who was often, especially with the replacement of opener, felt like the weak link now to point out on T1 whenever anything goes wrong. But actually, Zest, really good performance from him as well. And yeah, T1 just beat him in mirror comps for the most part. Mostly Winston, obviously, which plays into Donghack's, well, Donghack's strengths really well.
Tier 1. Ultraviolet,
but here's EV.
On your
It's a
win
fantasy
today.
website, Taco Cat. Exclamation mark fantasy
to
find out. Let's see what UV's saying.
I feel like for your squad, of course, there's a lot of expectations now.
Respectable effort, Cinnabar. Respectable.
Champions Clash kind of being like the dark horse coming in from NA when we look at like the international scene for OWCS. Do you feel like that pressure has affected the team in any way heading into stage 2?
I think we definitely feel the pressure, but it's like a really good thing for us because I think it like motivates us to like work hard, and like I think that like we have like a lot of like really like passionate, like talented players on our team. So I think like that pressure like of like being the best like kind of like pushes us to put in like the extra hour, like the extra rank game, you know.
Awesome.
When it comes to like DPS picks, like obviously Lethal not really favoring the Freya at all. Like we'd rather play Hanzo, right? It's so like even the Ashe on Ruins, I was like, okay, that's kind of crazy, but
you're gonna trade him.
He makes it work. He's a sick player. Is that going to continue when you face like SSG, Team Liquid, like all these other top-rated teams? Because Freya just seems stupid broken right
now. That's up to him. I don't control him. He's like a free, like wild beast, you know. Like
what's wrong with a haircut,
like,
mate? Just like a, it's like a classic student haircut. I feel like it's just kind of there, you know.
He's pretty good at that.
It's kind of based.
So true. Yourself as well, though, Ultraviolet. How do you feel like you've kind of leveled up, especially with Freya entering into the mix? I feel like that's such a different threat to have to deal with as a support player. So do you feel like you found yourself doing anything different against that hero?
Yeah, I think Freya has made like Judo and Kiri like very strong. Or like, I feel like with like how powerful she is, it's kind of like you're playing characters that like don't get destroyed by her as much. So I feel like the Ana's and the Bap's a little bit harder right now, but you can kind of make it work. But yeah, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it's a lot of. It just feels like this meta has been like so fluid for stage 2 as well. But thank you so much for joining us for this interview, Ultraviolet. And I just want to give you a second to also like plug your socials and whatnot for any fans who are looking to find you after stream's done.
Twitch Ultraviolet W. I started streaming again after 2 months hiatus. Come watch.
Let's go.
And go see my Twitter to see what I ate today.
Amazing. I'm gonna actually have to check that out after this.
He's baited me. What's he eating, Ben? All right.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on your win today, and good luck for your rest of your matches here during the regular season of OWCS.
Thank you.
So,
fuck's sake. Have I accidentally loaded up Scrandle? What an outrageous amount of sauce. Every bite is gonna be a mess. Fuck's sake. The more static supports get smoked by Freya is what he is saying. Yeah, certainly. Like, you saw it a little bit. Like, I think it happened to Kiwi a couple of times. You're just a bit more liable to just cop a stray bolt or something if you're playing some of the Ana characters. I think Ana has the worst of it for sure, but yeah, quite a few of them do. It's also really true that out of all the supports, the Ana has the worst time against the bowler. So rough for the Ana to avoid the bowler. Because doesn't have any sort of self-cleanse or shield or movement or anything like that. So can often just cop it a lot of the time. Whereas all the other supports kind of have some version of mitigation, really, to try and dodge it at least a bit. Alright, so just looking at the top 10 players here. I don't know if it's got the Geekay scores in yet. I don't see any of their players. But yeah, this is best players. This is for the week as well. So Painkiller actually topping the charts. Infected doing very well too. Sugar Free, Knife also performing very well. Rocket continues to score well. Mag, top 8, baby. Geekay are in. Alright, so just none of them made the top. Oh yeah, I guess I did just see the score, didn't I? Mag, Ziad continues his high scoring. Kellen in the top 8. Which means, if I go to my team... What now, Gemini? Oh, I'm not logged in. Oh. Second time lucky. There we go. Alright, latest score... Hold on, let me just turn this music down, sorry. Oh, updated table while we're here. Space Station are continuing their surge up the table. Slingshot Theory, baby. 5th place. Only 2 spots away from that Esports World Cup now. Alright, sorry, what was I saying? So yeah, point-wise, Jaywood got 14 points, Rocket got 23.5. Supports did okay, right? 7 and 9. They are my budget options. Those are 6 games next week. What do we got? Ooh. Alcacia versus VP, Genji versus Peps, Geekay versus SSG, and Liquid versus Nightmare. Are those all on the same day? Wait, where am I going? Schedule. Yeah, so on NA, we're going to get an absolute throwdown Saturday, followed by a dogfight Sunday. And then in EMEA, we're going to get Alcad, Genji, and Peps. Then we're going to get Frosttails versus Quick, which should be a good game. And then TU versus TM. Fuck me, week 3 is going to be a banger, no? You're right, Tobes. Does Korea have bangers as well? Can we get a triple region banger weekend? Onside versus Old Ocean could be a dogfight. AG versus Falcons. Both teams had some struggles. Maybe Pokerface with Crazy Raccoon won't be that hot. Onside versus Vesta. Another dogfight on the cards. T1 versus Zeta. Honestly, T1 versus Zeta maybe looks like after this week the 2 most informed teams in Korea. Old Ocean versus Falcons. Falcons should be fine, but maybe there's room for a scare. And then, yeah, Crazy Raccoon against AG again. Okay, it's a decent enough, a pretty standard week of Korea, but yeah, EMEA is certainly looking good for it. Some comms. You better hear the comms over the music. Alright. What was I doing? So he's looking at fantasy scores. Alright. So I feel like I've had a pretty good week. I think last week I was 300 and something. So now, let's see where I am. Predictions? Have I moved up? I think it was like 348 or something. So up or down? Up or down with this team? 348. Do you think I've gone down with this team? Up a lot. All right. So yeah, I'm not sure if it was exactly 348, but it was around there. So yeah, Kellen, Jwoo, Rocket, Kellex, and Lep. Yeah, the supports didn't do great, right? I think I'm still at a net positive, because who did I replace? Scuffed and, what did Scuffed score? Yeah, minus 12. Yeah, I was right to ditch Scuffed, yeah. And it was Zerion as well, right? Zerion got minus 5, yeah. So instead of getting minus 17, I've got plus 16. So the changes were positive. Did you see Painkiller as well? Were you here earlier when I was showing the top players? Most valuable player, or well, highest scoring player. Probably most valuable player as well. Top of the charts, mate. For real carry. Alright. Let's see the leaderboard then. Let's see the leaderboard. Up, 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 up. Oh, we're top 200. We're on the climb. We're on the climb. We are on the climb. Oh, yeah. This is good. This is good. Top 200. That's almost doubled. I'm doing quite well. Geekay still isn't updated? I don't believe you, Eggs. I'm, because Toby said it was. Ooh. I'd Team Liquid next to keep the good scores coming. Alright. Shall I see who's top as well? This is obviously a lot of people above me. I mean, it should be. I trust you, Toby. Is Hunter in the top 10? No shot. Trying to see. Oh, there's Red Eyes. We still got 100 good head. There's Flack. Yeah, Flack has gone Painkiller as well. He's gone double main support. Maybe that's what's holding him back in some of these. All right, let's go. Page number 1. Hold on. Oh, Ziad has dropped massively. Massive drop for Ziad. Shout if you see your name. Camembert. Doing quite well. Regular in the Discord. Up about 900 places. Not too shabby at all. Enigma X500 up there. Also a Kellen Believer. I mean, Seeker probably scored so well today, actually. I can't remember exactly. You're up 1,500 places. Go off Wilder, mate. Alright, yeah, seen a few familiar faces here. I think what I like as well is it feels like there's variety in a lot of the teams, right? Obviously, like, it seems like Rocket is very heavy and popular, and a lot of people have gone Lep as well as because he had a good game. Or a good fixture, rather. Alright, we're entering the big roles. There's Painkiller as well. Look at that. Checkers and Chronic, CJ Landon, and of course himself. Hunter is 10th? No way. Oh yeah, there's identical rosters here. Ondra, Hunter, Wasp, was Poopy. Cheers. Top 10 for Hunter. Arthur at 6th. And Kiteki. Kiteki was first last time, right? And has now actually got a 5.5 point lead as well. Or at least maintained that lead. I think that was... GK looks funny. Ooh, there might be some movement then. Alright, Toby's on the case. You have the same rosters as them? Well, they must have had like a better week 1. Yeah. Excited for Hunter to be blasted out of the top 10 if there is an error. That'll teach him. Alright, I'll hang around for a little bit after Toby has a look into that, see what the verdict is. If not, we'll figure it all out. Might stop the recording here so I can get that uploaded into YouTube.